Hello everybody and welcome to Elementary Statistics Online at Frederick Community College. My name is Professor Lockman and I will be teaching this class. And this is a video where I will go through everything you need to know to get started. So let me go ahead and show you my picture. Here's a picture of me in the middle, and Professor Yagadich and Professor Aaron Marfani are my colleagues, and we're at a graduation a couple of years ago. So if you ever come on campus and you see me, please introduce yourself, and I would love to talk to you face to face. So let's go ahead and get back to Blackboard and go through the main things we need to know to get started. Okay. So I have a list of things that I would like to go through, and you guys will see that I'm a big fan of creating lists and just kind of follow through everything that we need to know. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the course materials. If you go into your Blackboard site and go into course materials tab, you will see everything already linked here. The syllabus is available for your reading whenever you have the time. Go through the syllabus, make sure that everything is clear. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Okay, that is your syllabus that's going to be available on the course page for the rest of the semester. The course textbook is Introductory Statistics, an open educational resource that's available for students for free. And if you download it, it's going to look like this. Now, you might notice that it's a pretty large text. It's over 900 pages. Please don't freak out. We're not going to need to use all of it. So I will outline which pages you need to read, but also we will be skipping a whole bunch of chapters. So for example, we're not covering chapter 5 at all, and we will be skipping many sections. But in general, the book is designed in such a way that a lot of times it looks like there's a lot of material, but really there's not so much. So for example, let's take a look at this one here, one page, and you just see one example worked out, and then another one follows after that. So it's not that there's a lot of material, there's just a lot of pages. Okay, so that is the book that we will follow. And let's see, that's your textbook. It is not ideal, and I will be supplementing this text with many other resources, but it is free for you. So the other resource that we will be using in this class is supplementary videos provided by your instructor, myself. So these are the videos that are pre-recorded, and they're uploaded for each week, and they're not full lectures. They're just 5 to 10, maybe 15-minute videos for concepts that students struggle the most. I've gotten a lot of feedback about these videos. Students seem to like them a lot. They're very helpful. I strongly encourage you to watch every one of them, okay? Because you might find that my explanation will be a little bit easier to follow than the textbook. Then you will also need to have access to my open math course. Okay, so that is also linked right here on course materials, and many of you already registered for the class. So here's the course ID, class name, and the enrollment key, and all of that is also free. The online homework is linked to the textbook, so they go hand in hand. And if you register on your class, you will see this page right here. Okay, so all the homework is already created, and it's available for all of you guys to start working. If you want to start working ahead, go ahead. That is completely okay. That is allowed in this class. But let's just take a look at what's going to happen. So let's just take a look at chapter 6. So you will see that you have two sections here, some conceptual and others computational part right here for normal distribution. You pick your section, and you see that you can skip around and take a look at different questions. But what I want you to see that most homework assignments will have all of these tools for you guys. So helpful videos. These are not my videos. My videos are linked on Blackboard, and I'll go ahead and show you in a bit. Then there's also just a quick hint, just a reminder how to compute, let's say, something on your calculator when we're dealing with normal. Okay, and then textbook pages, so that will link you to the textbook and the pages that are associated with a particular section. And then also this last part right here, this is what I would like for you to use the most. Message your instructor about this question. Okay, so when you do this option right here, this message comes out, and you can say things like, I tried this computation, and then you plug in what you tried and got a wrong answer. And you go ahead and send it to me, okay? Once I get your email, or your message, I want to show you what's going to happen. The messages will actually be stored in here on this side. They're not going to go into your email. So for example, right now I have no messages whatsoever. But the messages will not be in your email. So if many of you students have taken My Math Lab by Pearson or Connect Math, these other platforms, there is a similar option there, right? And the message goes into your instructor's email, and then you get a reply into your email. The messages will be all here, okay? So let's just go back here real quick. Let's say you're working on this problem, it doesn't work out. You can take a look at videos, hints, textbook pages, or ask me a question. And then you can redo each of the problems infinitely many times. Okay, so until you get the score that you are happy with. Okay, so let's take a look what our course materials are. We got statistics book, videos provided by your instructor, and sometimes I will link other videos if I think they're helpful. And then if you are struggling with a concept and you absolutely need additional help, go ahead and send me a request. I will make a video to the best of my ability to explain that concept to you. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a note that allow 1 to 2 days for me to work on the video. Okay, so that is your list for course material items. Let's take a look at what your weekly workload would look like. Let's go back to Blackboard, which is going to be your main platform for getting started. Oh, calculator. I'm sorry, I forgot about one of the most important tools, calculator. So we will be needing to use TI-83 or 84 calculators. If you have already a physical calculator, that's great. Then that's what you will need to use. If you don't want to purchase one, please don't. You can use all of these apps that I've listed here. Rabbitamo, that is free to download on your computer or Android device, or Graph and Calc 83. That one is not free, but it's a lot cheaper than a graphing calculator. This app is $6.99, which is a lot cheaper than $140. And what your calculator is going to look like this, which is exactly the same as TI-83 calculator. Okay. All right. So now that we have everything for course materials, let's go ahead and go to module 1. Week 1. Okay, so here's your layout, and you can see that for week 1 you have your checklist. You can always check, have I done everything for this week? We have some reading, instructor's videos. That's what you need to do before attempting any of the graded assignments. Then my open math homework, and if you go back here, let's close this one. Sampling, there are 2 sets of assignments, right? So the first one is definition and key terms, and then we talk about frequency tables. Okay, that's your graded online homework. That's graded automatically. Infinitely many attempts. Do as long as you can until you're happy with your score. Okay, and what's next? Non-graded assignments. discussion board. So if you have a question or you want to talk to your classmates or you want to ask something from your instructor, definitely use discussion boards. I check them very frequently and I actually get notifications when somebody makes a post, so I will know that somebody has a question and I will check and answer it. Okay? Then what is your graded assignment beside the online homework? My activity, written activity. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one. Here's a written activity that is done by hand, and how would you submit it? So ideally you would print this out if you can. If not, just keep a PDF version of this. You can write out your solutions on a piece of paper and then submit it as an image or attachment, or you can type it. And there is a quick video how to submit your activity, but I can also just show you from here. You click on this link right here, activity 1. It shows you that it's worth 20 points and it's due Monday, September 3rd. And then go ahead and click on Write Submission. And over here, this is where you type your solutions, or you can attach an image or file. Okay, whatever you have, just make sure that I can open it. Okay, so that's where your solutions will go. And then over here, this is not for submission. This field right here is just comments, quick comments. For example, I really struggled with this assignment. Can we meet to discuss this concept or something like that, okay? But I want to ask you guys not to put your solutions in this field, because what it does, it creates this teeny tiny little box where all of your solutions get kind of smushed in and it's really hard to read. So your solutions need to go into the submission field and then you submit. If you want to come back later, you save. Otherwise, you submit and you're good to go. Okay? All right. So then you have 3 videos for this particular chapter, and every week is going to look just like it. Okay? You're going to get, let me just take a look. You're going to get what? A box, a table that tells you everything that's due that week. One written activity, just one handwritten activity submitted through Blackboard. And then a bunch of videos to watch. Okay? So that's that. All right, let's see. Let me close up some of the windows here. Okay, so let's go back here. So have we done everything? All right, on Monday, I will send out a big announcement of everything that's coming up that week. Then your weekly workload reading with some note taken. Okay, so make sure that you do take notes. Write things down, such as formulas, calculator commands, and maybe anything that you're struggling with, so that you can say, okay, I need to ask my classmates, my instructor, about these topics. And then this is how I would do it. I would read the text, watch the videos, then do the online homework, then do written activities. So I would recommend trying to do this in this order. Okay, see if that works for you. If not, we can meet up and discuss what's the better way for you as a student to be successful in this class. And then post questions on the discussion board. So these are not mandatory. So there is no grade attached to that, but I strongly encourage you to do that. Okay, let's see, what else? Let's talk about your test. So if you go to your syllabus, you can see that there are 3 tests. One is submitted electronically and it's not proctored. This can be done on your own time. There will be a week where you can do that Monday through Friday, I believe. And that is your test number 1. It will be done through Blackboard. Okay? So So that is your test number 1 for module 1. Tests 2 and 3, they will need to be proctored at FCC Testing Center. So you would have to come in person and provide your ID and take the test. It would be a standard paper pencil test where you submit your solutions by hand. Okay, and that's actually mandatory for all online classes at FCC. 1 or 2 tests need to be proctored at the testing center. Okay, if you are out of county, contact me as soon as possible. If you are out of county, so if you have to take the test somewhere else, please reach out to me and we'll figure it out another certified testing facility for you. Okay, but I want to make sure that everybody knows these are mandatory. These 2 tests will have to be taken at the FCC Testing Center or some other certified facility. Okay, all right, let's see. So what else would I like to discuss? Here's your schedule that we're actually going to stick to pretty closely. I'm usually pretty good about my online classes following the syllabus. Okay, but you can see there are 3 modules. So here's module 1, followed by the test, then module 2, which is chapter 6, 7, and 8 only. Okay, followed by test 2, and then 9, 10, 11, and 12. That would be followed by test 3. So we're going to have a whole week to review everything because this material is kind of not challenging, but there's a lot. There's just a lot going on in the last module. So you'll have a whole week to just kind of catch up, get all the questions answered if you have any, and really prepared for the last test. Okay, and you see that there's my open math is your main online homework, and then activities, that's the written part. It's very important to actually focus on written activities because the better you do on those, the better your test scores will be. Okay, so let's take a look at my list here. So major assignments, that's done. So my tips for you guys to be successful in this class, definitely know what's coming up each week, and I will be very, very organized as far as reminders and how the class is structured. You will get used to the nature of the class very quickly because it will all look the same. You know, every week will look exactly the same. Different materials, of course, different chapters to cover, but there will be no surprises. Okay, no assignments that just randomly come up. Okay, 1 chapter to read, sometimes not even the whole chapter, online homework, and 1 written activity. That's it. Okay, I encourage you to do your work throughout the week because it can get very overwhelming if you try to do all of it on one day, let's say on Saturday or Sunday. Okay, you might be okay for the first 2 weeks, but then things get really, really involved. And then ask for help via email or come see me. B205. Okay, I am here on campus every day, Monday through Thursday, sometimes on Friday, but Monday through Thursday guarantee. We can do office hours or virtual office hours, okay? Whichever one. So you can come to me during my regular office hours. So if you go to Blackboard and go to faculty, you can see what my office hours are. Monday, Wednesday, 11 till noon. Tuesday, Thursday, 2 till 3:30. I know some of you are really, really busy and can never get on campus. That's okay. Reach out to me. We'll set something up via Skype or Google Plus or one of those platforms where we can just virtually talk to each other. Okay? Well, I wish everybody best of luck this semester. please reach out to me for any help. I'm here to help you and get you through this class successfully, learn statistics, and do really well. All right, thank you for watching.